Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
May all beings everywhere be happy and free.
Most of the hurt, the suffering that you experience, it's not life, it's you yourself that's causing that suffering. Because we don't let go. Just think about it. Something happened in your day, somebody comes in, upsets you. What do? You keep on playing that scenario off in your mind the whole day. Is it not? The moment of end, but you continue it. And just think about, maybe there's something that you are continuing maybe for years. We think it can sometimes just something that upsets me, and normally when the person starts to do something else, then I let go of the previous experience only. Is it not? So we keep the experience alive for a while, and it depends on also the mind when we're going to let go of it sometimes. But we don't realize that we hold that. And as long as you hold it, you're not experiencing life as it is anymore. You experience it according to your understanding and the programming of your mind of that situation. And we disconnect from experiencing life as it is, the moment, and we're hanging on to that experience, keep on replaying it over and over and over. And what we don't realize, with playing that over and over, we create the same experience over and over for ourselves. And then we think that is life. How many times have you seen people just saying, that's just my life, this is how it is. I'm unfortunately not as privileged as others. It's a lie that we tell ourselves. Because sometimes, we hear other people, but in a certain manner, we keep it also. And we are playing and we think, life is unfair. Or my life is not as good as somebody else's. What is that we are holding on to, that is keep on repeating and giving that experience? That's something that we have to look on the inside. It's not something that we can start and we can say, hey, I know your problem, come stand here. Okay, let's sort it out. It's not like that. You know what's repeating in that mind? That is keep on bringing the experience, the same old experience over and over, and it's not going to stop until you decide to stop it. When we look at nature, everything starts and it ends. When it comes to the mind doesn't want to see end because it fears end. Therefore, it tries to continue to keep the thing alive, to keep certain things alive because it feels otherwise it loses the experience, or it loses its identity. Because a lot of time people take one thing that happens to them and carry it for their life, the rest of their lives, not realizing that they form their identity around that because they're carrying it. It's what's replaying in their mind over and over and over. And then we are becoming what we call victim, is it not? And you're not victim of somebody else. You're not victim of the situation. You are the biggest victim of your own mind. We don't realize that. So we have to get to a place where we can be honest with ourselves and say, hey, what am I holding? What is this that's repeating in my mind, giving me this certain feeling about myself? And I'm talking about a mental state, emotional state that it creates, that it keeps you in. And we just feel like we can't get away from it. We have to go and look what it is. And if you know what it is, then we have to make a decision and allow the mind to end it and not to prolong it. If we experience life, and we talked about it this way, we experience it like on a linear way, it's like a starting point and an ending point. Where life doesn't happen in that way. It actually happens in layers. And sometimes we don't realize it. Okay, so at this very moment, I've done this previously, but at this moment you experience actually life in layers. But because you are listening to me, you mute certain things, although it's happening. You so focus on one that you don't experience the rest. So we can get hooked on a certain wave, frequency. And we can be so tuned in there that we ignore all other frequencies. We can experience life in such a manner that everything else is blurred out and we see only maybe a problem. Right now you sit, you look at me, but I want you to become aware of your big toe, right big toe. Do you experience it now? Was it there? Was it always experiencing? Yeah, it feels the whole time, is it not? It doesn't decide, now I'm going to feel, now I'm not going to feel. It's feeling. What is shifting? Your awareness, focus. To become aware, so we tuned in a different layer of experience. How many times are your body in one place, but you are not there? You see the power of the mind? So if we don't teach the mind to end things, to let it die, it's going to keep repeating, and we're going to keep on with the experience of it. So we have to learn certain ways to get rid of those things so that we can experience a moment for what it is and see the beauty, experience the layers of it, not just get focused on maybe a negative part of it, but seeing all of it, experiencing all of it, and not with the previous templates of the past telling us, no, you're lying to yourself. You need to experience this. Remember, and it always pull the past in and bring that to be your present experience. And then we miss the present experience, is it not? You know, when we were kids, how quickly did you forget things and it didn't bother you anymore? Mm-hmm. You can have a best friend, you can be the worst enemies one morning for 10 minutes. 20 minutes later, you're the best buddies ever again. Playing again, nothing hold. And growing up in Welkom, it's a mining community. So there was no, at that time, I don't know now anymore because, life changed also everywhere. But we had little wire fences that was this high. So you could, if you run fast enough, you can jump over it. Okay? And the kids, we all play together. And then we start a fight because somebody didn't do and didn't play his role in the game like he should. And we start a little bit of a fight there. We're rolling on the grass. And then the parents comes and they can become involved. Okay, and then the parents starts to have words with each other. Okay, and then at a certain time the kids playing, but the parents are still upset. And the kids that started it is on a different level. Once again, they forget about it. The whole situation ended. But the parents, they will remember it for the next year. The fight. So what makes that difference? When we're younger, we have much easier capability to let go. Because life is so new. There's so many new experiences to experience that we don't have that many templates to hang on to. But as we get older, we build this file system, this library, with all the situations and things. And whenever something happens to us, we go there and we look to how to interpret it and how to make this now connected to that. And that keeps us busy. It keeps us in that experience, although the time of that experience passed long ago. But we are living it over and over and over. And a lot of people come and they say, I'm so tired. Life makes me so tired at this stage. It's not life. It's your mind that steals your energy because it's holding on to so many moments that it doesn't want to end. And naturally, that's unhealthy. You have to let it go. Let it die. If I take my singing bowl, listen to this. Let me just put that a little bit softer. Listen to this. What happened? It ended. Surprise! It ended. We don't realize. A lot of our suffering, it's not because it happened. It's because we didn't allow it to end. Think about family. How many things is there that we hang on to? The time is already years past. That moment of conflict passed. And still sometimes we feel drained. Not because of the moment, but because of the repeating of a previous moment. And as soon as we let go, we experience freedom again. Is it not? I think that's one of the freedoms that we don't look at. Everybody wants to be free. What does it mean to be free? Free from holding? Because if I hold the ball, it becomes heavy for the arm, is it not? If I continue with the sound, it becomes heavy for the ears. After 1 hour, you're going to say, Gerhard, yeah, it was quite nice, but now it becomes torture. The arm becomes heavy, and this becomes like, yeah, it was fun to hold it and to feel it, but now it becomes an obstacle. It becomes something that is bringing me down. It's making me tired. But you don't realize it's actually the biggest thing that can wear you out the quickest is the mind. So we have to learn how to let go. If a situation ends, allow it to fade out and die. You hear me? When we as community come together and there's a little thing between each other, don't hold on to it. Let it die. Is it not? Why do we go to sleep? You know that sleep is also rest. we need. But rest is also going, closing your eyes. It's also a metaphor of you are dying and there's a new morning. But the big problem is for most people is they don't have that break and it's a new morning. Tomorrow is just a continuing of today. We doesn't start new. And therefore we take all the magic out of life. Because we just continue. With that, what I was holding, I continue to hold. And I walk with it. Not letting it die, letting it go. And then start over. Experiencing life over. You know, there's this one thing. Ilani had one colleague, a person that she worked with, and he said, when you have done everything and experienced almost everything, how do you get yourself excited again? Because you've experienced it. Like, let's use the example. We did it once. We realized that our domestic worker have never seen the sea. Okay? When I was raised, we went once a year to the sea. My dad loved to go to the sea. That was our holiday. So I was used to it. This big water, it's the sea. The waves, it happens always. I never got there and it didn't happen. You're there, so you get used to it. And we form these templates, we know, and it becomes like, So how do you get yourself excited to experience it like new? By giving somebody else the same experience. And to experience it through them. I'm going to talk just now in one way, and we must get to behind it how we're going to do it with the mind to let go, okay, and not to continue the experience. But when you take somebody to experience what you already have experienced, it's almost like you can experience it through them. And that's what's making it a lot of times fun with kids. It's also you experiencing things that you're so used to, once again from their perspective or their reaction. You know, when you put that pumpkin in front of them and you like, wait, and you wait, and as soon as it goes into the mouth, that pulling of the face, you're like, yeah. That's how I feel deep inside. I'm teasing. But if you go to and you see a thing and it's like, oh, and you can see it on some people's faces, like, and then you're like, phew, yeah, that's actually so awesome. You know, we're very unique in South Africa. I'm thinking now, the first time me and Ilani went to Italy and we saw like this Tower of Pita and all this pizza. Pizza, what I call. Well, we went and we see the Colosseum. Okay? It's like, wow. So we have words. We say, yo. And then we have other words that says, oh, shame. So after 5 days, people come to us from different countries that was also on the tour. They're like, we have 2 questions. What is yo? What does it mean? Because every time we stop, you guys climb out of the weg, it's yo. When we go to a restaurant and we eat, you like yo. And when you see something, you're like, ah, shame. And shame means something in a difference in our English. What is shame for you? So we had to explain it can mean a lot. Does life make you excited anymore? Or you're numb by that you're holding on to? Do you still have that song, the joy, every morning that you wake up? Or is the things of yesterday weighing you down already when you open your eyes? If that is it, it's a sign that you didn't let it die. And there's something that we maybe must consider. Things that I can't change in this moment, but you can add nothing to it. We have to learn to let go of it. The problem is we want to stay in control of everything. And by staying in control, we want to hold everything. Because that's what control means. It's holding it. As soon as we can realize we don't control everything, we can help ourselves to let go. So we have to learn ourselves. Tomorrow when you go, or luckily tomorrow is not work. It's a long weekend. I hope for all of you. I know some there is work, but maybe it's a little bit less work, half day or something like that. But when you go back to work, see what moments you're holding on to. And if it's really worth holding on to, was it unnecessary weight pulling you down, tiring you out, making you lose your joy? This is where we can make it practical for ourselves. When we feel upset, is it worth holding on to it? If somebody did something, are we going to hold on to it now and replay that situation over and over and over? You know, have you ever met somebody that tells you the same story over and over again? Probably you have. Okay? Probably you have. My kids are laughing. They will tell you if they have to listen again to this auntie eating up the whole dry fruit roll. There's a certain person in our life that loves to repeat certain experiences over and over and over. And it's wearing the people out, is it not? If you have to listen, it's wearing you out. But you don't realize your mind is doing exactly the same. Maybe don't vocalize it, but it's playing and playing and playing, and then you wonder why you're so tired. You wonder why life is not fun. You wonder why life is not beautiful. It's because you have stuck in a loop. It's not. And you're not a DJ. You don't know how to put shuffle. Maybe you shuffle too much on the shovel. Same songs repeating, same situations repeating, same experience, maybe different people, but of course we are bringing that experience with every person, repeating it, placing it, making it my experience. Maybe it's time to let it die, to let it fade out, to let it go. I hope it makes sense this morning. I try to make satsang very practical for all of us. Because we are here for a reason. We are not just here because, it's nice, hippie people. Nice coffee. We have no Egbert. Is it not? Or maybe I make you feel less weird. That's not why we are here. We are here because we know there's more to life than we experience right now. And the whole aim of Satsang is to change our experience every week, isn't it? So I want you to think a little bit this week. What's on repeat? What didn't you let go and fade out and die out? And watch yourself. As you experience certain situations, how quick do you let go? Because that's going to determine how quickly we experience joy again. Is it not? If we can let go, we open ourselves for experiencing the moment once again as it is. Have you been pulled into somebody else's experience? And that was not the experience of this moment. Like somebody comes to you, somebody upset them very much. They drive into their parking just before they wanted to go into the parking. And now they come back and they tell you all about this. But now it gets stuck. It's like a loop that you've been pulled into. You were just busy with your beautiful day and you pulled into that experience. And then you have a choice to continue. And we all face this one with some negative conversations that we can get pulled in. Are we going to allow ourselves to be pulled in and we become part of the negative talk just to fit in? Like at the braai? You know, this South Africa, blah, 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 blah. Are you going to be pulled into it? I think we have to come to a place is, if we continue with it, what worth is it going to add? What beauty is it going to add? And I'm talking about everything that you hold on to. What beauty is this going to add if I hold it? Well, if I still sit here next week with my arm like this, you're going to think like, Yogi Gerhard. Very strong, and it's maybe going to boost my ego a little bit, you know. But is it going to add anything valuable to my life? No, it's actually going to rob me. Because now I can do less. How much of this mind weights are we carrying? Not allowing to end. We have to learn to put things down and walk away. Isn't it? That means to let go of being right also. Putting it down, our opinions. And sometimes just walk away. Does it make sense? So check yourself in this week. If you catch yourself holding on to something, on repeat, playing it off, as soon as we become aware of that, we have decision, we have power over it. Is it not? We can then say, I'm not going to allow this to influence my experience. And I know some things are going to be more difficult than others. It's not everything same level. But what we need to realize is everything has a start and an end. And you have to allow things to end. Otherwise, you're going to suffer.